All right, guys, we're just going to look here at the opening drive for Oklahoma's offense in this one. A few things here and there. It's not like a drive where I feel like, oh, I had some really big notes from this or anything like that. But, just kind of want to get us started here. What I did want to say is I thought that Derek Simmons, right here at right tackle, didn't do the worst job I've seen with Keldrick Falk. On the first play, Oklahoma went unbalanced and had Simmons actually over here. Blaylock had a run, bounces outside for the 4 yards you can see are, missing from 1st and 10. But I thought he did a solid job. I think he probably got away with a hold. And the Auburn sideline definitely thought so. But here you'll see him do a pretty good job in pass pro. So that's kind of what I want to watch here on this play. And there's something else, and I'll point to it here in a second. But yeah, nice job, mirrors him. You see Falk attack his outside shoulder at first. He thinks he's going to get in with speed, and then as Mateer steps up, Falk tries to shift and change back, and Simmons just meets him right there back inside. So again, I thought good balance from Simmons on that, really nice. Something I mentioned something I wanted to point out, and I want you to watch John Mateer here. So Oklahoma does a nice job here, 4-man, and they muddle up these two, and then Howland and Simmons do a nice job. And Mateer, later in the game, you'd see him drift a little bit, just kind of slowly, just kind of, just hopping back just a little bit. Here, he doesn't do that. Instead, he steps up and makes Simmons and Howland's job easier because it doesn't give these guys basically an upfield go. They've got to go through their blockers, and which, is the whole point. Hell, look, I didn't notice this. You have Fabeji and Weewu looking back and just saying, like, hey, you going to throw that thing? Look at Heath Ozida over here doing some work. Really, really getting rid of, I think that's the Atkins kid, kind of throwing him out of the club. So, nice little crossfield throw. But again, just, little stuff that I don't know that we saw enough of as the game went on. But, we'll keep watching here. All right, let's keep moving forward. And again, not all these plays do I really feel like are, something we got to point out. I will say, Fabechi Weewu, like, you can tell this guy's fighting through it. Like, he's doing everything he can. It's gutsy as hell. High ankle sprain, that's hard. And he's fighting through it and playing really well. And this break couldn't, the next, everybody keeps saying 2 weeks, but frankly, it's 3. 3 weeks from the end of this game till Texas, you've got time for guys to get healthy and heal and let their bodies rest a little bit. So you'd think he and Jake Michael and a few others are going to be a pretty limited pitch count this week. But yeah, so Auburn just brings a lot here and overloads the left. Torrey Blaylock doesn't do a terrible job there. Let's see, does Logan Howland open up his hip again? Does he? That's not terrible. It's certainly better. Does he get hit by the Blaylock block? I don't think so, does he? No. I think maybe Torrey catches him right there with his feet. But, he's already beat. It's not why he gets beat or anything. I think Falk just makes just does what dudes do. And Logan, again, I don't think it was perfect, but it certainly wasn't as bad as some of the stuff we saw against Temple last week. Looked more comfortable, I thought, in this game. We'll kind of keep watching here, but that was my initial feeling. And here, again, Howland on Falk. Howland gets overextended, gets a little off balance. Falk just swims him. Now, luckily, I'm not. if I'm Blaylock with his speed, I'm not sure I don't take this outside and just see. Now, I mean, I know he, again, and the thing, I don't hate it because I know what he's doing. He's trying to go get the first down. Like, I get it. And that's an okay thought. It's not, this is definitely not, I'm wondering if that was maybe with just his speed and his ability to attack the outside. You've got Keontez out here who's shown to be a pretty good blocker. Maybe take your chances out there. Just, again, I don't want that to be like, second guessing. Just, just a thought. Okay, so, yeah, here they go on this 4th and 1. If I remember right, yeah, Logan Howland does a nice job again on the Atkins kid. Atkinson, I think it's just Atkins, yeah. Heath Ozida, look at right there at the left guard. So this guy is going to try to come across his face and shoot that gap, and when he does, Heath just lets him. He just gives him a soft shoulder, turns him inside. Yep, boom. Okay, sure, I'll wall you off that way. That's exactly what I wanted you to do anyway. So sometimes, man, it's just knowing where your play is going and letting them react accordingly. This play from the tier is almost just crazy elite. Just flips out there. I mean, and it would have looked a lot like the Satania catch against Illinois State up the sideline. And it's also one where you wonder, like, well, if Giovanni Gibson's out there, maybe that's a play with him and his size. He could just about make that play. All right. Like I said, I'm just kind of going through it here. This drive didn't have a lot that just blew me away. But obviously, here's the fumble. I said it at the time. I thought this was very straightforward. Now, that's not fair. It's a tricky call, but to me, there were only two outcomes here. Either you really had control and he's down, we'll watch it here. Okay, so you want to say he has control? Okay, fine. His butt's down there. Ball's still in possession. So you can have it that way, which is, that's fine. Or you say he didn't have possession. I think I didn't see any way that's a turnover. Okay, you want to say the ball's still moving? That's fine. Like, I don't necessarily think that's wrong. But if you're going to go with that, then you better, and that's what it is. And his butt's down before the ball pops loose. So that's a problem. All right. We won't review a play that's been reviewed 743 times. As good as Satania was, man, he's got to get better with his ball security. I mean, it's becoming a little bit of a story. And again, it's a shame too, because the guy's playing good football. If you take that out of the equation, he's doing good things for Oklahoma. All right, 3rd and 10 here. I haven't even looked at this one yet. I mean, I obviously saw it in real time, but let's see what we've got here. A little holding there. This is, sorry, I almost forgot I was recording. I'm watching it here. So you'll watch a down block here, and they're going to cut this guy loose. Auburn brings this guy to fill, and that's fine because Simmons and Wee Woo were pulling. But the defensive end here is going to show in action. So, like, look, they've got the first guy. You would think that's Wee Woo. Simmons is going to come around and pick up the linebacker. And it looks like it's probably blocked up pretty well if they do it that way. But the end dives down inside. And when he does, they both follow him. And the linebacker just comes through completely unchecked. Mateer does a pretty good job to get a yard out of that because that could have been easily a tackle for loss. I wish they had like an end zone view of that. We could see maybe a little different angle of what just happened, but I just don't know why they reacted like that. There's Keldrick Falk in his face. Ugh, almost again. He is so close on some of these vertical throws, and he's so like. I've seen a lot of guys that throw a good ball outside, or at the seam or whatever, but man, rarely like a guy that can just drop it in a bucket up the sideline. Like his touch on the sideline throws is really good. Now again, he's got to connect on a few more of them, but like he's just missing. Like it's not like bad or misreads or like that. It's just a little off. This isn't the drag route to Ivan Carry-On, is it? Yeah. I couldn't have hated that call more, but, whatever. It's 3rd and 14. You're just trying to, make sure you don't take a sack and knock yourself out of field goal range. So I get it. So, again, just wanted to offer a little look here at the first drive and some of the things that kind of caught my eye.